Hello, Mr. Gazda here. Homework 25, Units and Equations. Here we go. Here's some examples that I did on the paper. And basically, if your formula leads to you having 4 centimeters divided by 2 hours, what you should do, always do the units first. Too many students just don't write any units. Okay, so centimeters divided by hours, do they cancel out, or is there any simplification? And it's no, this is distance, this is time, so you just end up kind of carrying them over, and your answer is centimeters over hour, or centimeters per hour, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. For this homework I did everything, all the numbers are pretty simple, you can do them in your head, so it's really about the units. So for this case, the rate here would be 2 centimeters per hour of movement. Maybe a snail might move that or something. This one here I have 2 feet times 2 feet. This would be if you're finding the area of something. And here, this is like my multiplication sign. So I draw little boxes around the units here. Feet times feet is feet squared. Okay, so your answer again, 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 feet squared, or really we say 4 square feet. Those are my examples. So here we go. Let's do some. And I always say do the units first. So for instance, inches over year, and sometimes I like to, maybe I'll use a red pen. I often write a dotted box around it because I just do. Inches over year, do they simplify or do they cancel out? If you had inches over inches, they would cancel out, or year over year, they would kind of cancel out. But here it doesn't, so just carry that over. Inches per year, and 3 divided by 1 is 3, and that could be the rate of movement of something. 3 inches per year. Okay. And the next one is 10 feet divided by 2 miles. So maybe I'll just draw a red box around it. Feet over mile. Do they cancel? Do they cancel out or anything like that? Which they don't, or they don't become feet squared. So just carry that over. Feet over mile. And the answer is 2. So 2 feet per mile, and that would be like a gradient problem. May have an answer like that. But the main thing here is too many students just kind of will write 2, and that is totally wrong. So 2 feet per mile. And how about this one here? Centimeter over centimeter. Now, do they cancel out or become squared or anything like that? And the answer is actually they do cancel out. Centimeter over centimeter will cancel. And so for instance, 5 over 5, you know this from math, equals 1, or 14 over 14 equals 1. Anything over itself just equals 1. And same thing with units. Centimeter over centimeter just equals 1, so it will cancel out. And the answer here, in this case, will just be 3 because they cancel out. That happens sometimes. Be ready for it. That happens sometimes. So, let's look at this one. Meters over kilometers, and there's no canceling like that, so you just carry that over, and your answer will be meters kilometer, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we see that as well. Again, a gradient when we do mapping or weather maps. Sometimes you get answers such as that. Here I have 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter, and centimeter times centimeter is multiply those here, and that would give you centimeter squared. And then 1 times 1 is 1 square centimeter. 6, 1,000 miles over 2 days. So for instance, you drive 1,000 miles over 2 days. What's your rate of movement over that time? Miles over days. Okay, they don't cancel out, so they don't simplify at all. Carry those over. Miles per day or days, it doesn't matter too much. Please, MI is miles, M is meters. Do not mess that up. And the answer here, 1,000 divided by 2. 500 miles per day. And if you ever get confused, write it all out. If you're not, don't force the abbreviations. If you don't know, write the words out. That will really help. Here I have 1 inch times 1 inch times 1 inch. So here we go. Inch times inch times inch equals inch cubed. And the answer is 1. 1 cubic inch. You may hear that measurement. Oftentimes engines are measured, the volume is measured in cubic inches, so that's where you may see that. Here we go, 9 inches. We have 9 inches of movement over 3 years, inches per year. So you go like this, inches over a year, 9 divided by 3 inches per year. That may be something like a tectonic plate may move 3 inches per year. which is about that rate. 15 if you travel 15 miles in 3 hours. Okay, maybe riding your bike or something like that. And miles over hour, there's no canceling or simplification or anything like that, so you end up with mile over hour. Again, not M. M is meter, so if you want to write miles, that's fine. And 15 divided by 3 is 5 miles per hour. That's the way we say it. Oftentimes in the real world, non-science, well, you write MPH, but this is what this really means, miles every hour. Here we go. This is maybe temperature change. 6 degrees Fahrenheit over 6 minutes. This is maybe something cooling down or warming up. And then you go here, degrees Fahrenheit per minute, and 6 is 6. So it is changing temperature 1 degree Fahrenheit for every minute that goes by. Alright, hopefully this is, you're sort of seeing a pattern here. Let's keep going. 2 meters times 2 meters times 2 meters. Meter times meter times meter will give you meters cubed. And then 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. 8 cubic meters. You may measure soil or gravel or something like that in cubic meters. Even water, sometimes they measure it like that. 10 inches divided by 5 inches. Here we go. Now, can they simplify or cancel out or anything like that? And yes, they can. Inch over inch basically is equal to 1, so they will kind of go away. And your answer here is just going to be 2. So this is more like a ratio, and your answer is 2. Sometimes that happens, and so be aware of that. So always really think about it and do that. 4 miles times 1 mile. Here we go. Mile times mile will give you mile squared, and 4 times 4 square miles. Alright, 7 miles, let's say you travel 7 miles in 1 second. You're going pretty fast on a human level. What's your rate, which you would call speed, miles per second, and you can't simplify miles per second. 7 miles per second. Wow, that's fast. 30 degrees, let's say 30 degrees of like arc. Think about math. 30 degrees of arc over 2 hours, which is another actually unit we'll be seeing in here when it comes to Earth's rotation. And so that is degrees, again, of arc. If 180 degrees is like halfway around, or 360 degrees is all the way around, that's kind of what that refers to. Degrees over hour, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. 15 degrees per hour, and that is the rate that Earth rotates on its axis. We'll get to that later on in the year. 12 feet. Something moves 12 feet over in 4 minutes of time. Feet over minutes. Feet divided by minutes. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. Hopefully you're getting the hang of how this all works. And 6 meters times 1 meter. Meter times meter. Okay, that's times. And then that carries over here to be meters squared. And that's 6 square meters, or 6 meters squared. Alright, 18. 2 feet times 1 feet. 2 feet times 1 foot times 1 foot. Foot. Feet times feet equals feet to the third, or we say feet cubed. And then that's going to be 2 times, is 2 cubic feet. That is something you may measure, again, like soil. You go buy soil in a bag, or buy get soil delivered, they measure that in cubic feet. 10 feet divided by 5 miles, feet like this, feet on top, miles on the bottom, and then 10 is 2 feet per mile. Let's say water flowing outside, some kind of water flow, 12 gallons in 2 minutes. So here we go, gallons over minutes, and then that's 6. Okay, 8 feet, 2 seconds. Again, look here, do they cancel out, or are there any multiplication to get squared, anything like that? Feet over seconds, they're very different units, so they feet per second, and that becomes 8 divided by 2 is 4. 40 meters divided by 10 kilometers, so here you go. Meters and kilometers are, can't cancel out here. Meters per kilometer, and 40 divided by 10 is 4. Again, gradient, we see that in gradient problems. What do we have here? 3 miles times 2 miles times...
Do you have any more?
Okay, sorry about that. 3 miles times 2 miles times 1 mile is miles cubed. miles cubed, and that's 6 times 1, 6 cubic miles. I can't say we use that very often in our regular life, but it does get used. 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter. Centimeter times centimeter times centimeter. Okay, that was some weird technical glitch. Let's go back to this. It is centimeter times centimeter times centimeter is centimeter cubed, and 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 20 feet divided by 10 miles. We will see problems like this. 2 feet over miles like this. Feet. We say feet per mile, a feet over mile. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 2 feet per mile. And then 12 liters in 3 seconds. So say it's water flowing out of a faucet or something, and you get 12 liters in 3 seconds, or out of a fire hose or something like that. That carries over, so your answer is going to be liters per second. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. That was a lot of examples there. You see the same pattern over and over. I'm Mr. Gazda for all the fine folks at Gazdonian Productions. Thanks for watching.